Hey everybody. So this is going to be kind of how I go about doing a live instrumentation for metal. I'm doing metal in Bitwig, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I've looked it up, and there's nothing like this on the internet, at least as far as I could find. And I think people will be interested to know that Bitwig is not just for electronic music, although I do have some electronic components in my songs. It's mostly metal. So maybe you can learn from it. Maybe it'll just be entertaining. I am not a professional, by the way. I'm just learning this too. So maybe you could learn with me, but I think I've come up with a decent way of doing it to where it sounds okay. Yeah, just bear with me, I guess, and we'll see what turns up. This is how I do metal in Bitwig. So what I'm doing is I'm using Steven Slate drums. So I've got it here. Steven Slate drums is pretty good. Actually, it's really nice. Yeah, you might not be able to hear that yet, but I'm using Steven Slate drums, and I'm obviously doing guitar myself. I'm also using the Loki bass from Solemn Tunes, which is really good for what I'm doing anyway. It's kind of a gent bass, kind of a metal bass, but you can make it sound like whatever you want. So it's actually a really nice bass plugin. And I've also got all my drums separated here. I can show maybe in another video how I did that, but all my MIDI drums have been separated out into separate tracks in case I want to balance them or mix them differently. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. All I'm going to worry about is that they're all on the same bus. So they're all just right here on the main drums bus. Then I got my Loki bass, and I've got my guitar bus that has a guitar left, a guitar right, and a guitar center for leads. And then I've got all that nested into a master bus of sorts, I guess. It's where everything's all just together. This is my template. This is the way that I start things. I figure you should know that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the simplest little riff, and we're gonna record it, and then we'll put some drums to it. It's really, really simple, but that's cool. It'll be fun. I promise it'll be fun. Okay, there we go. Let's try it. Okay. So now we're going to build some drums to that. Oh, and I'm also going to pan this track to the left right here. My guitar is going to be hard panned, so I'm just going to do the first guitar right now. Then I'm going to add the drums to that first guitar, and then we'll build off of that. Okay, so to add the drums, what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my main drum track right here. It has my Slate drums on there. And let's make a MIDI. Let's just start out. See what happens. Maybe make it this whole length. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to double tap on that. Let's see what this is. So I've got all my drums separated here. Let's listen to it. What I like to do to start off with is there's like this closed hi-hat left foot kind of sound that you can use that kind of keeps time. I like that better than I like the metronome, because the metronome is annoying as shit to me. So I'm gonna use the closed hi-hat. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. So let's go. Just to keep time. Oh, I don't need it there. Okay, so if we listen, you can hear it. Yeah, that's good. Well, good is subjective, I guess, but it's a good start. So let's just duplicate that. And just zooming out here. Okay, cool. So let's let's like just have the drums kick on the accents, right? So this is the kick. Dun 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 dun. Okay, that's it. Okay, so obviously we don't want that. We want like big crashes to happen with that to accent it really well. So let's throw the right crash and the left crash together. And let me duplicate that. Will that land in the right place? Yeah, it did. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so right there it needs to happen again. I'm going to copy it and paste it right here. Right here. Cool. Delete those little closed hi-hat things. Okay, cool. So actually, that's a good starter, right? Cool. So I'll just duplicate that. Let's listen to that. Okay, let's record the second track on the guitar right on the right channel. Sweet. Let's see how that sounds. All right, let's put some bass to it. So I like to have everything like in there instead of going through the whole song with just guitars or whatever, just one guitar. I like to hear how it's going to sound at least in the very first section, because I find that even if something simple like this, it's really inspirational to be able to listen to the way it's supposed to sound more or less than it is to listen to like a gutted version of the song all the way through and then be expected for it to be inspirational. I think it's much more inspirational to hear everything how it's supposed to be and then work from there. So let's do the bass. It's pretty simple, the bass. So let's do the same thing with the drums, and we're just going to copy what's going on there. So let's look at, I just double click in this left hand margin here, and it zooms in and shows the notes. So I'm in drop D, so we're going to go D. So da 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 da. Duplicate. Okay, too long. Back them up. So maybe solo the drums. And then it's the same thing again. Except it goes up to, I think, G sharp after this. Yeah, I think that's right. We'll duplicate that and we'll listen to that. That should sound a little bit fuller. Yeah. We're peaking a little bit. That's all right. I'll fix that. Nice. Okay, so now we've got, now that we have this, you can't see me. Now that we have just this little bit, obviously it needs something else, and And there's a program that is really cool for inspiration. I think it's called Tantra. So Tantra looks like this. It's kind of like a glitcher program. You've got all kinds of different parameters. You've got like multi-layered effects going on. Tantra is by who is this by? Let's see. I'll annotate it. Okay. Anyway, Tantra is really cool. You can literally just hit the dice up here and it'll cause all kinds of interesting effects. And so off camera, I've ran this dice a few times and I've modified some of the different components. As you can see, there's a filter, distortion, delay. You have an LFO that you can use as modulation, which you see happening right here with the lo-fi thing, flanger, and a glitch control, all kinds of weird stuff with this program. I'm not an expert at this program. As a matter of fact, I just use the dice a lot of the time and just modify things from there. You see I've got modulation going on here on the filter as well. So this is what it sounds like with this, and I realize you're not going to be able to replicate this, but you know, you're not supposed to replicate this. You're supposed to just be doing this for fun anyway, right? So this is what it sounds like with this going on. Yeah. So that's cool, I think. I think that's a cool sounding thing. And I was just listening to this over and over, you know, trying to figure out what to do next. And I think it might be cool to do this and then for it to come in like crystal clear and heavy right afterwards, right? It's kind of an interesting sound. Then, you know, right there, it fully comes in. So Tantra's really cool for that. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these and I'm going to duplicate it. This is all the instruments I had before. I just duplicated it again. And then I'm going to rename this as I'm going to rename this as Tantra FX. Sure, why not? And then with this one, I'm going to remove, since I duplicated it, it's also on this duplicated track too, but I'm going to delete it so that there's no effect on this track. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this and move it over here. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah. That sounds pretty cool. I think. Okay. Actually, let's turn some of these down. Actually, let's just select all the kicks and put a little bit of randomization, because you definitely don't want everything 100%, right? So let's just turn these down a little bit and maybe give it a little bit of random velocity. Where's that at? Velocity spread right there. So just give it a little bit, maybe like this. Yeah. I think it's okay that the cymbals don't have the random velocity because they're just accenting notes right now. It's not going to sound like a robot quite yet. Okay, this is sounding pretty cool. Let's hear it one more time. Yeah, boy. Obviously, really, really simple, but we're just getting started.